want to discuss another reason why I believe that large companies should not be required to vaccinate their employees or require the testing, which is part of what happened today in the Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court blocked the Biden vaccine rules for large companies. You might have heard, it's all over the news. And I just want to give another reason why I think this is important, as well as a life application during this time. My name is Amos Tarfa. I'm a medical physicist by training with a bachelor's degree in chemistry. I was pre-med, and I also have a philosophy minor. I've been blessed to write 4 books. I've written 4 books on different topics, and I'm also getting my PhD now in chemistry. But part of what I want to do today is just speak as a concerned citizen of America, a concerned citizen watching what's happening in this country, and a concerned person who's involved in science. I actually am beginning to think more and more that we need more philosophers to join the team that discusses issues of healthcare, because maybe we could get a philosophical dimension, which would be very good. So I work in several hospital systems, and I've learned a lot during the COVID era, I call it. We worked full-time, the physicists and people, a lot of people in healthcare, as you know, we worked full-time during the pandemic, and we were never in lockdown for our jobs because we had to make sure that the radiology departments were working properly. Now, I did get COVID in December of 2020. It is, of course, a real disease. It wasn't funny, and I'm sorry if you've had lost loved ones who you've lost due to COVID, or who you know who are in the hospital. Please know that I am not belittling any of that. What I am concerned about is the public policy that is being made with regards to how COVID is dealt with. Here's the deal. The second reason why I believe the Supreme Court should have stopped the mandate, and this is one of the main reasons, which I actually think should have affected their other decision, which does allow hospital systems to have a say in having the mandate. This is the other reason. It is that the Omicron virus, as we know it now, is a milder form, and it evades the vaccine, and it's going to probably peak by January 31st, according to many healthcare experts. People like Dr. John Campbell have talked about this, and there's many other health experts that you can listen to about this. I've listened to health experts since March of 2020. I've heard from different doctors, different perspectives, and I could tell you for a fact that we have followed a trend that the United Kingdom follows. They get to a high level and peak, and then we follow after a few weeks. This is a trend that has happened over and over again. So if you were to mandate a vaccine right now, people get the vaccine right now, it wouldn't technically, quote unquote, they won't be fully vaccinated for a while. Well, the Omicron will evade the vaccine even if they were fully vaccinated as of today. So then why are we mandating something that is not stopping the transmission of the virus, which we're trying to stop, which is part of why we're mandating? See, we have a problem here. It's a philosophical problem. So notice that's why I say we need some philosophers to get on the board. However, I want to talk about a real life application to all of this, which is we should not live in fear. Let us do our best to live in truth. Let us examine the facts. Let us look at the data. Let us not use wishful thinking. There's people out there making tweets like, oh, the Supreme Court is going to be responsible for lives being lost and so on and so forth. We need to be careful. Omicron is the strain that has the majority of an influence right now in America, right now in many parts of the world. And we have found that part of the good news in this situation is that it is milder. Again, I'm sorry if you have friends and family and loved ones who have been affected by Omicron or by COVID. What I'm saying is public policy. Is it best right now to do this to people when there could be a bigger public emergency sometime in the future, but you would have lost the trust of citizens? I think people should be very careful in how we address these things. There's so much lies out there, and we just need to stick to learn the details, look at the facts. And this is one of the reasons I'll be releasing another video where I talk about 2 doctors I believe that should have led this pandemic in America, Dr. Marty Makary and Dr. Jay Bhattacharya. So I believe that if you look at those 2 doctors, who I'll be talking about in my next video, which will be coming out tomorrow, we can learn a lot from them about how to handle a pandemic situation that involves common sense. Because not only should we not live in fear, let us be careful that common sense is not lost in our day and age. And I am watching common sense get lost. I am watching society deceive ourselves sometimes, saying that we're protecting one another from a virus when we don't wear masks sometimes, and then we wear masks sometimes because, in the same, like you have colleagues, for example, that you work with, you have lunch with them, you're not wearing masks, you go into a cubicle, you're working with the same person, and now you have to wear a mask. It's like, how does that make any sense? So we need to get common sense back, and I hope that you will join me with that. I will also leave you with a verse. Psalm 90 verse 12 in the Bible tells us, so teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. This is important because ultimately our lives on earth, will end at some point. And I pray that it's not my hope, of course, or desire that anyone dies from COVID. But what I'm trying to say is that we need to make sure we're keeping, that we're living lives that make sense. Make the most of every day, my friends. We don't know how long we have, and we should strive to live every day to the max, loving our neighbors, caring about other people, rather than vilifying those who might disagree with us on certain issues. There's so much more that can be said on this. Please stay tuned for my video on Dr. Mary McCary, Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, and just being objective. People like Dr. John Campbell try to do that too in their reporting. Have a blessed day and a great weekend ahead. Feel free to subscribe, like, share this video. As I said, my background is in medical physics, chemistry, and I do teach mathematics. I'm a nerd, basically. That's what it is. But you take care. Have a blessed day.